Hey, 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 what's up, y'all? This is Natalie Mile. I'm the dope trauma therapist. And listen, I am 100% stoked. I am so excited to bring EMDR for the culture. This is a basic EMDR training that would allow therapists and even students that are in school working towards becoming a therapist, whether that's a licensed professional counselor, whether that is a marriage and family therapist, or whether that is a licensed clinical social worker, right? Like if it is your goal to become those things, then this training is for you because guess what? Most people that are going to come to you have some type of trauma, right? And if it's not like a physical trauma or like the trauma that is defined by the DSM-5, something that has been physically experienced or witnessed, or if it's a sexual assault, if it doesn't meet those things, there are still emotional injuries, right? That leave people thinking a certain way about themselves. And so oftentimes that is what you are going to see coming into your therapy room that you are going to be helping people with. Okay, so EMDR for the culture. Why EMDR for the culture? Well, it's really simple. Black people have experienced racism in America. Our ancestors came here, right? They were dragged here from Africa, right? And because of that, they endure a lot of racism, right? Like a lot of physical pain, a lot of emotional pain, a lot of psychological pain. So they've experienced a lot. And do you know that there's a thing called epigenetic transgenerational inheritance? What does that mean? That's a really fancy way of saying that that type of trauma has gotten into our DNA, right? It is passed down. And so, if being Black in America wasn't enough, right, and the daily micro and macro aggressions that we experience, it's already in our blood. So, that is why EMDR for the culture is so very important. Now, the big question is EMDR effective in treating Black people? Well, if we were to go to the literature on this, what we would find is that the very first study that was done by Francine Shapiro back in the 80s, that study does not tell us anything about the racial demographics of people. And so, quite frankly, just at a foundational level of statistical inferential statistics, like we know we cannot generalize something to a population that was not included. And because it was not explicitly stated that Black people were in it, we cannot assume that Black people were included. Okay. And so, even the many, many, many studies that have been done since then, Black people have not been adequately represented. And so, therefore, we cannot take those effects that were seen in those studies and apply them to Black people. Now, that is the science, right? However, I am a Black clinician. I have received EMDR therapy as a client, and I also do EMDR therapy with my clients. And listen, it is amazing, right? It helps people to process through their trauma in a way that helps them to feel that healing and not just say, I'm healed, right? Not just come in and talk about their trauma every single session and nothing is moving, nothing is happening. They are still having the exact same challenges, those same behaviors, those things that are impacting their lives and their relationships, their ability to, maintain and stay regulated at work, even when things are popping off and things are happening. So, what EMDR for the culture is, number one, it is based on research. It is based on the practice wisdom of many Black therapists who have been doing this work. And it is based on the cultural adaptations that they have had to do to make sure that EMDR is safe for their clients. And so that is what EMDR for the culture is. I would love for you to join me and learn how to do EMDR with your clients. This training is 100% rooted and it is centered around the Black experience, right? So, Black clients and the things that Black clients have faced, including all of that stuff about the transatlantic slave trade, all the stuff about being Black in America today. We do center racial trauma. However, this is a basic training. So you will leave this training knowing how to work with trauma regardless of clients' racial identity. So If you want to learn how to work with trauma in an effective way, you are ready to help your clients stop talking about their trauma and actually heal through their trauma so that they can pass down, instead of this epigenetic transgenerational inheritance, they get to pass down healing generationally. That's the legacy that they get to leave for their children, their children's children, just by you learning how to work with their trauma. So join me. The link is below. Um, Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. All right. I hope to see you soon at the EMDR for the Culture training.